What are you good at but hate doing? Cake decorating. I really do enjoy it for the most part, but people just expect me to make them for nothing. Few people are like, oh, we'll pay for ingredients. Cheers. But what you've asked for will take me at least 2 days and I've barely met you. Random friend of family member. Actually, I think I just hate people. Edit. Cheers for love guys and the award. Firing people. I've had to terminate people in multiple jobs. Usually when I'm the new person brought in to turn things around. The last time I had to tell someone, the HR VP who was in the room as well told me, well, you are really good at this. We should have you do a video training on how to let people go. By the way, if you have to fire someone, aside from a really bad reason like theft etc., get them a severance. Don't fight their unemployment claim. And cover their healthcare for a few months. Not every person works out for a job, and these things make landing in their feet much easier. Someone who hates having to fire people sounds like the perfect person to be put in charge of it. Taping and mudding drywall. Nice. It takes practice. Less is more is the best advice. Use the green first, and less is more. The heavy has more moisture and shrinks down, but it is strong. Keep it smooth as possible. The second and third coats are lightweight. Again, less is more. Also, run the knife over the first coat before the next. 2 to 3 coats to knock down any boogers. Don't worry about inconsistencies with a lightweight because it sands down easily. If you suck at it, if you can work the knives in order to feather the outer edges, you should be good. It's possible to finish with very minimal sanding. Sometimes a wet sponge is good enough to eliminate dust. Practice makes perfect. I still hate it. I hate it, but less than watching other people do it badly. Edit. Thanks for the updates. Mediating between people who can't get along. It is so fucking annoying and I hate it. Turns I get stuck doing it all the time at work. Just thinking about it is stressing me out. Writing. I was told by a fairly strict English professor that I should become an English professor because of my essays, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that I just sincerely despise writing. This is the main reason I stopped writing. You can tell me how good I am over and over and over, but when the act of writing is akin to ramming your head into a wall repeatedly until the words fall out, I think I'd rather find something else to do. Video editing. I like everything about it, but man, does it take a lot of time and concentration. It can get pretty tedious sometimes. Usually if I have to do tedious stuff, music helps a lot. But you can't listen to music while editing, unless you have music in video, in which case you listen to the same song for hours. Most of the time listening to the same 1.7-second loops of it. I love results of editing. Love finding ways to get my message across, but god damn it, it takes a lot of time to make something good. Asterisk edit. Asterisk I just spent 4 hours reading comments instead of editing a video for an asbestos removal service. Yes, my personal Citizen Kane. Asterisk thanks you guys. You made my day. Asterisk edit 2. Dear anonymous redditor, you sexy marvel. Thanks. Edit 3. Woo. More gold. Cheers. I can do an pan stream of me editing, if you guys want. Or I can work on the idea for a YouTube channel that I had for a while now. Don't think I'll get much done with the asbestos video tonight anyways. I'd rather lick an asbestos wall without my safety goggles on. How to edit a video. Step 1. Waste 3 hours to find good music. Step 2. Waste another 3 hours to try every single effect you already tried before on every single clip. Step 3. Actually do some editing. Step 4. Crash the program and realize you forgot to save. So back to step 3 again. Step 5. Rendering. Step 6. Find and fix mistakes you made after you already rendered the project. Step 7. Step 5 again. Step 8. Step 9. Profit. You forgot the last step. 10. Watch other video made by someone else. Look at your project, throw it in the trash and start over. Customer support. Fuck me. Greater than fuck me. So you were a prostitute. Probably would fuck. Socializing. Everyone thinks I am so outgoing and friendly, but in reality, it wears me down mentally and physically to the point I start drinking alcohol just to be able to keep up the charade. It's exhausting and I hate it, but I have to fake it to make a living. Talking to people. 26 years in retail. I could win an Oscar for the amount of believable lies I tell customers. You are the face of the company. You're always supposed to be smiling, happy, and able to carry on a single-serving conversation with anyone you meet. Off the clock. And when I was single, I was very content going days without any talking or interaction. I kinda learned to be two different people, sometimes more depending on my life at the time. I'm tired of acting. Backstroke. I'm apparently fast at it, but it's still nasal destruction. I just hate how blind you are. Watching the ceiling scroll by, hoping to catch a glimpse of the flag soon. My high school had 25-yard pools. That was bearable, but the 50-meter pools are like you're lost in the abyss. Fixing computers. Sad part is I do this for a living. I love everything about computers, networking, etc. But when I get a phone call from an inept user who makes triple my salary, or an older relative calls for computer help, the eye rolls into and the thoughts of hanging up kick in. I'm in IT as well. I hate printers. What happened? Where did we go wrong with printers? Who fucked up? Whose head should we be wringing? Why are printers so fucking shit? Why do they not just work? Why is there always a fucking song and a rain dance to get these things to do what they should? I feel like it's because you practically have to be a mechanic to fix them, or it's one of the few PC-related things left that still have so many moving mechanical parts. Public speaking. I always get told how calm and collected I am, that I am clear and good at making it interesting, easygoing and interactive. Inside I am screaming, feel like I am going to puke, panicked, absolutely sure I have a giant stain on my shirt or booger hanging out. Adrenaline rushing that makes me feel like I am going to collapse the second I am off stage. I hate it. So I get selected almost every time because you're so good at it. I would be a total mess up there. I don't know, you do it. Quote, me either, Janet. Me either. Lying. Working as a programmer. I'm good at it. It's lucrative. But after 15 years I'm so tired of it. I just want to make enough money so I can do something else. Sales. I've been in retail for the better part of my adult life. I'm pretty decent. Can get customers to where they need to be. And just overall make sure someone is happy with their purchases. I just wish I was doing anything else. I just don't know what else I can go and do. I don't have any degrees, and need money to live. So I just keep plodding along at the safe, comfortable job. Dude, same. I can talk to and bullshit with anyone. I was selling stuff I love, and it was fun, and I was broke. But then that progressed into a more lucrative career, and selling became more aggressive. I hated myself for feeling like I was taking advantage of the clients. But being on commission, you virtually had it if you wanted to pay your mortgage that month. I was praised for it, and told that the sky was the ceiling. I got out. I couldn't stand being so scummy, convincing people to lock themselves into shitty contracts for products that don't apply to their situation. My job, lol. Procrastinating. I'm very good at putting things off until the last minute and wasting time. Last minute. Amateur. Try putting things off until after the deadline and hoping to God it still gets accepted. Or indefinitely. Ha 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 ha. Rookie. Ask the teacher for a 2-week extension and still don't start by the next deadline. Public speaking. When I was younger I used to do stuff nobody else wanted to do just for it to be over with. Started with school presentations. Same thing happened in college with group projects. Then, in a company I work for, I still am the dedicated speaker most of the time, because It's easy for you. You speak loudly and clearly. You do it well. Or so it seems. I hate it. It's goddamn exhausting. I usually need days of mental preparation. I'm an introvert, so it literally drains life out of me every single time. But nobody ever believes me. Because I'm pretty outgoing and loud sometimes, so there's no way you're introverted. Stupid public speaking. Edit. Ah, thanks for silver kind strangers. Greater than, it's easy for you. You speak loudly and clearly. You do it well. AKA, I really don't want to do it. So I'm going to butter you up and try and force you to do it instead. Graphic design. Every bloody person comes out of the woodwork for invitation design. Weddings, engagement parties, baby showers, birthdays. Ah, the worst part is, friends make the worst clients. Apostrophes because I would never charge them. I love it, but can you make it a bit more peppy? What do you mean by peppy? Susan? Font, color. I don't know what you don't like if you can't tell me. God, don't get me started. Okay, you did. I love design. Absolutely. Love thinking outside the box and being creative, but damn. People just don't respect it and expect you to do it for free for exposure. That also includes all the photography and illustration I do. I will never monetize a hobby again. I'm doing it for myself and my pleasure alone. Unless you are my mom. She loves my art, tolerating irrational behavior. So then to sum it up, parenting, or dealing with insane parents. Math. At least you have the compensation of being good at it. Hating myself. I'm on a 10-year combo streak myself. Cleaning shrimps. My wife likes them but hates cleaning them after they done. So she asks me to it every time. I am God and magician at that. At least I think I am. 'Cause I can clean a bowl of shrimps in like a minute or two. But I fucking hate to clean them. Ugh, why do you have to deter these things? Still got that meat lover's pizza in the trunk. I'm good at music. People like my songs and I love coming up with melodies. But I hate recording them, monsieur. I'm crap at performing, playing guitar, singing, whatever I'm doing. So I have to do hundreds of takes just to do the simplest thing properly, and then after finally getting it all together and trying to mix it all myself, I think, meh, sounds okay. I go away and when I come back the next day I realize that, actually, it does indeed sound shit. It never sounds how I thought it did when I last heard it. So yeah, it's an arduous, thankless task for something I'm apparently doing for fun. This is my problem as well. I have nothing but good reactions when I play my songs for people. But when I record them, monsieur, I feel like it was a waste and doesn't represent how it felt singing. The sun, cooking. This is why I'm not a fan of the do what you love and you'll never work a day of your life quote. There are many enjoyable hobbies, even side gigs, that become miserable grinds when you have to make a living out of it. My old job was fry cooking. I would always make customized orders the best. There were many times where the customers would wear me down. Greater than, can I get a medium-sized wrap? Greater than, you got it at the register. Greater than, I said I wanted a small size and I said no sauce. Can you remake it please? Greater than, sure. Apologies. Asterisk snatches food from me with a pissed off look and gives a 1-star review. Asterisk. Just use Gordon's tactics and tell them, fuck off, will ya? Quote. Driving a manual transmission car. It was a blast when I was driving my Triumph Spitfire convertible when I was in my 20s. Driving my manual Subaru Forester at age 62, more of a pain in the ass than I thought it would be. When I purchased it, driving a manual in traffic is like having to remove and put back on your shoes for every step you take. Is this something important? I live in a country with 95% of cars being manual, and people resist changing it automatic. So, I learned to drive, and actually drive a manual car. Also have a motorbike, and can't imagine driving a motorbike without clutch. Last year a friend of me was drunk and told me to drive him home in an automatic car. It took me about 10 minutes to realize I just had to put it on drive and drive. It was so strange having to do nothing while driving. I didn't like that experience. I felt dumb, like if the car was doing the funny part for me. In the USA, automatics have been the norm for decades now. It's actually somewhat difficult to find brand new manual transmission vehicles for sale. I've mostly driven manuals all my life and I'm in my late 20s. But I can understand the appeal to automatics. I prefer manuals. But sometimes it's nice to just get in and cruise and not think about it. Especially in a vehicle with a heavy, difficult clutch. My old truck had a heavy clutch and there were some days, especially in traffic, where I wish it was an automatic. This only worsens with age since things like your legs and such begin to not work so great anymore. Or like my mom, who used to drive 18-wheelers in her late 20s, is now in her 60s. She's well versed in how to drive anything ranging from sports cars to hauling 40 tons in a semi across the country. However, now due to her age and bone muscle problems that come with it, she has difficulty setting the hand-operated parking brake in my car all the way to where it's barely on, and whenever I set it after driving it, I have to take it off for her. This really isn't an issue in her car since it's an auto with a foot brake. She also really couldn't drive my old truck well anymore, even though I know for sure she's driven vehicles with tougher clutches. I already know when I'm older I'm going to have a shitload of knee problems, so there will come a day when I opt for an automatic for a daily driver and think back fondly on my days with my stick shift cars. Okay, I'll have at least one in my garage that I take out for a cruise on the weekends with. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.